passage in Romans chapter 1. Romans chapter 1. For this cause God gave them unto vile affections, for even the woman did change their natural use unto that which is against nature. And likewise also men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in the lust one towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving themselves the recompense of the error that was meet. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, and malignity, backbiters, haters of God, covenant breakers. A gay lady called Rosemary, a lecturer in gay theory, who lectures in America on gay theory. She's a professor. She read this chapter and she noticed this. It didn't pick on gay people singular. It mentions backbiters. It mentions covenant breakers. She was struck by it's not picking on any one group. And she became a Christian and realized that actually she was being prejudiced against the Bible. She was saying the Bible's homophobic, but the Bible was not picking on one group. It was saying all sin. So she left it, lecturing in gay theory. She became a born-again Christian.
That passage basically said it wasn't convenient to be gay.
That passage is saying, sir,
as well as
that in modern times it's saying when the modern world thinks it's clever, God gave them over to it. So you can have your gay pride, but God's saying, that's God saying, you want it, you go and have it. You want it, you go and have it. But it's God's judgment on a modern society. That's what it's saying. But it says this. It says this. For the gospel is the power of God unto salvation. In that same chapter, the gospel is the power of God unto salvation for the Jew and the Gentile. In other words, for gay, straight, open relationship, whatever, it's for all of us to save us. So Christ died on that cross with a crown of thorns on his head for the gay community. The Son of God died for you on that cross and gave his life for you on that cross. He shed his blood for you on that cross and gave. I will come in with it. He died on that cross for the gay community. He shed his blood for you on the gay community. He gave his life for you for the gay community. He gave his all. He took the wrath for the gay community. He took the punishment for the gay community. That's why he died on a cross. He shed his blood for the gay community.
Thank you.
Have you ever lied?
Yeah.
He died on a cross for your lives.
I don't really care. Not Christian.
There is a heaven and a hell.
On a level, right? People say that actually wanted because therefore God is infallible.
Say that again, say that again.
People say that Jesus, the Lord, they are infallible.
Jesus is infallible. Infallible.
Yeah.
Right.
So by that law, right, Christ never ever wanted someone to pray for him on behalf of the whole Christian community, any sort of faith.
Well,
No.
You need to be a bit more coherent when you say it. You're saying Jesus is infallible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're saying that
Yeah, but by
This
Jesus,
is your argument.
no. By Jesus being that, right?
unfathomable.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That you preaching for him, you pledging your life to pray for such a man, therefore you're contradicting yourself in so many ways.
All right, have you ever heard of Van Til, Cornelius Van Til?
No, I have
He's a
not.
theologian, and he talks about the analogy of language. And there's a debate in theology and philosophy called the analogy of language. Language only describes part of God, can't describe all of God, yeah? But you even have that problem in science or philosophy or reality. Language only describes part of reality, not all of reality. So you'd have the same problem, not just with Christianity, but with your own view of reality.
That is true. That is true.
So,
yeah.
but the point is, for us, we believe that God is a covenant God, and so He helps us to understand reality through language. Language helps us by God being relational. God being relational helps us to have language that is relational to the world and to each other.
But everybody has their. I understand. I perfectly understand that you have your own.
So the simple point is, I'm talking about philosophy of language. The simple point is this, that we have a language. It's called the Bible. The Bible tells us to go out into all the world and preach the gospel. It tells us the wrath of God is coming upon everybody. It tells us that Jesus was punished on a cross for our sin. God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him shall not perish, but have
God
everlasting
also
life.
had many other sons.
Yeah, the language is there for you to know, if you want to, that Christ died for you.
I understand that.
And you have to repent and believe.
I have been christened. I was christened. I went to a Baptist church for about a good 7 years of my life.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that. I did all of the praying. I drank the blood of Christ. I ate the bread. I did all of that. Right.
Yeah.
I did everything for that community. You know.
Yeah.
Every Sunday, you know, it was praying, it was Bible, it was everything like that. And I perfectly understand that you have your own views. You have perfect right and perfect morals to say what you're saying, and I perfectly respect your choices. But preaching out in the name of God, saying everything from that Bible, can also seem very offensive in a way, because it can morally upset somebody.
Okay.
You know, don't get me wrong, but if I was to come to you and say some extremely things from other, say, I don't know, if I was to take from Scientologists, you know, and aim a bunch of stuff at you, like from them, and I'm just saying, for instance, if you became upset or disgusted with what I was saying, that would be my fault for upsetting you. And by you doing that exact same thing to people who are like 13 to, I don't know, 20, 30 years old, you know, they are also becoming quite upset.
Okay.
And
Can I come back in?
I'm not saying that you're a bad person for doing it, but I just rather you.
Can I come back? You've said your argument.
Yeah, I just want to say, I'd rather you do it in a more, like, not shouting, going at them, you know what I mean? Because it is seeming like you are aiming a lot of built-up aggression from the Bible at people.
Okay. You've made your argument. Let me come back at you.
Yeah, sure.
Have you heard of modernism and postmodernism? Modernism from 1920s to 50s was there is right and wrong.
Yeah.
There is objective truth. So a Marxist and a Christian could be in the same street, and the Marxists could say you're wrong to the Christian, Christians could say you're wrong to the Marxists, still respect each other. That's modernism. There's truth.
Yeah.
Then after the 50s we have postmodernism. That is, there is no truth. All truths are the same. What you're saying, your view, is about postmodernism. If I was preaching this in the 1920s, 30s and 40s, and the Marxist was here, or the Buddhist was here, or the Muslim was here in the 1940s, everyone would understand that he thinks he's the truth, but I have the truth, but we respect each other.
Exactly.
In postmodernism says, no, we're all true. So you're coming from a postmodernist perspective. I'm preaching here truth. Just because I preach truth, what I believe is truth, it doesn't mean to say I don't disrespect them.
Exactly.
Right?
But everybody.
But you're coming from
everybody has their own truth. Everybody has their own view, whether or not you're Buddhist, pagan.
Yeah, but you're postmodernist.
Like, yeah, I'm just saying that, like, even with everybody's views and where everybody is coming from, right? Personally, right? If two men want to pull down their pants and have sex, in the eyes of everybody else, that is something lovely, because them two men love each other. They want to be with each other. Okay.
All right.
If two straight people want to do it, if two animals want to do it, if somebody wants to be knee-deep,
what if they want to rape
cave,
somebody?
No, I'm just going to.
No, you've made your argument. No, you made your argument. No,
let me just go.
He's made his argument. You've made your argument.
If two people
You're
who
on a
are together
soapbox now.
and two people who love each other want to be together and be a whole, that's perfectly fine, and that is a beautiful thing. You going on by just saying rape then, right? Rape is not.
No, wait a minute.
Rape is not
Wait a minute. No.
Rape is not something
You made
good.
your argument.
If somebody wants to go out somewhere and rape somebody, they deserve to be castrated, you know?
Excuse
that
me,
is
sir.
a horrible thing.
You made your argument. You're saying if two people want to love each other and have sex, and the men and men, you've made your argument. But you said if it's their truth. If it's their truth to kick a baby, according to you, it's okay. You said if it's their truth.
No,
No.
that's if they want to make love. You've just
No,
turned,
no,
you just
no,
turned,
no.
you just turned
No,
that
no, no.
around saying that
All right.
if they wanted to kick a baby.
It's the
that's-
truth.
Where did I
All right.
say
Is there
that
such thing
it was
as
their
truth?
truth to want to kick a
Is
baby?
there such truth?
I've just said
You said
that
truth.
it's a man
No.
and man's truth
No.
if they want to make
Yeah, no,
love,
you're
not
saying-
postponing violence to
No,
a child,
you're-
because that
no.
is disgraceful.
Yeah, but are you saying that truth is objective or subjective? Is it subjective? Right, so you've lost the argument. If they want to kick a baby, it's okay. You just said that truth's subjective. If it's objective, then you can make an argument, but you can't when you're saying it's subjective. If someone wants to kick a baby, it's okay. And it comes back to that point. There's objective truth.
Yeah, but you're
There's
just coming out of nowhere going, oh, if kick baby, it's something like...
You just came out saying
allowed to
kick a
say that.
baby.
No, he's
I didn't
going
say
on
anything about
gay
wanting
rights
to bestow
and
All right,
everything that's
violence
going
right.
on.
Is
to
gay
a
rights?
child.
Is gay rights subjective, a person's opinion, or is it objective truth?
Everybody has equal
It's
rights,
objective.
equal
Okay.
value in
How
this
do you
world.
get objective truth in morality? Right. So it's subjective. You can't
But
get.
if you read the
No.
Bible,
Wait a minute.
it's
No.
in
No.
the Bible, it's in
Wait a
the
minute.
Lord's free
You
by
said.
religion.
You said homosexuality is objective. I asked for the intellectual ground for it, and you said ethnos. That is the intellectual foundation that you give. So it's subjective. It's your opinion.
It's not my opinion though, it's
Well,
the
give
law.
an intellectual defense of why it's objective. Give it.
It's the law that you're
Right.
allowed to leave people to go and do.
Right. There are
That's
other
the-
laws in other countries that say it's wrong. It's subjective.
Yeah, but we're in England. We are in 2016.
but it's subjective.
That is the law
It's
now.
subjective. If there are other laws, other nations that say, if there
Don't
are,
film.
he has the right to do that for the police, just in case.
Can I ask you a
Doesn't
few
have the right
questions?
to film you.
Some good questions there,
Well, just
mate.
stand there if you want to stand
Some
there.
good questions there.
I'm going to ask you a few questions, mate. So, you can free will.
Probably YouTube, yeah, that's
Yeah, for
okay.
YouTube. If you want to stand there, you want to stand there.
I'm going to ask you, what happens to free will and the being able to do whatever they want without judgment? And if it is God's entourage, what happens to him being omnibenevolent and all loving and loving everyone about it? He loves people no matter what. And also, yeah, it is in the Bible saying that you can't preach, and it is also against the law to preach in these premises. So,
Okay, so you're asking about free will.
yeah,
Well, people have a choice to do whatever they
and
want.
you do. So why are you preaching
But
against
God,
them doing what
because
they want
God
to do?
gave a law, the Ten Commandments: don't lie, don't steal,
Right.
don't commit adultery. Have you ever
He
broken
wouldn't give
the
us that
commandment?
cross so I
Yeah,
can
of course
rest the
not.
camera
Right.
because
So
we-
God's
he
given a standard.
wouldn't give us the
Have you
law
ever
so I
broken
can
those
rest the
commands?
Yeah,
camera.
we've all
of course
broken
I'm
it.
doing it right now.
Yeah,
It's
we've all
illegal.
broken it, right?
Just so-
Secondly,
yeah, just put it there
so
and sit down
there's a
and say,
law,
"Hey, go."
right?
Yeah, I know
The
there
law
is.
of the
Brilliant,
land
and
for
you're following
preaching.
yourself.
The law of the land for preaching. If it's council land, you're free to preach.
Right, well, brilliant. It's not allowed on this
I
premises
need to get
because this is where we
stand.
walk. It's actually illegal. You
No,
can check
is
this
this
out.
council land?
I don't give a shit if it is.
It's
It's illegal
council
to do it
land.
here.
No, we're free. If it's council land, we're free to do it. It's
Right,
by
well,
law.
brilliant. It says it
You
in the
don't have
Bible
to have permission.
itself not to
No,
preach.
no, it
your own
doesn't.
religion.
No, it says.
Go read the Bible. Actually, go home. 'cause I
Show
bet
me.
you've only got 3 pages
Show me.
out.
Show me. Show me.
Oh,
Show me
Christ
where
told
it
us not to
says.
swear, mate.
Show me where it says not to preach.
Well, sorry, I'm not a holy man myself, but I have read the Bible.
No,
thank
you
and I
made
don't
a
know the
claim.
exact page. I've got
If you make a claim, you've got to back it up with evidence.
So have you.
Right.
Matthew
So
two-
Jesus
everything
says,
you
2
said-
Timothy,
Back
2
up
Timothy
right now.
4:2.
2 Timothy 4:2.
I don't know what that is.
the gospel to all
It talks about preaching the gospel.
Okay, well, go
2
on, read it out
Corinthians,
to us then.
2 Corinthians chapter 5.
Can you read it out to us then?
Okay, on that note, right, can I just ask you one thing? You saying like all this and all the preaching and then them going off on that sort of things, right? Personally, right, you're preaching that about the gay pride, you know, today.
No, wait a minute. I haven't mentioned that all day. It's gay pride. I've not mentioned it all
No,
day.
you've-
No,
you-
no,
you-
listen,
you-
no,
you-
listen.
you have said
No, let
about
me finish.
gay culture
Let me
and
finish.
everything like
Let me
that.
finish. No, let me finish. How long have I been here? How long have I been here?
Too long.
Did I mention gay things? No. I mentioned it because a guy asked me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, right.
A gay person asked me. I didn't bring it up.
No, I understand that the gay person. I understand that the gay person did ask you those questions, and obviously you had a perfect.
And I
right
have a
to-
responsibility to say what the Bible